Had to get back at you, yeah. Got a new man, got a new damn. Mansion in Malibu. I had to get back at you. I had to get back at you. Blue strips, bad tits in a strip club, throwing ones at your bitch. And I know you know what's going on. I'm going
Country bad baby.
Once you know what my love's gonna feel like, nothing else will feel right.
Okay, time for an introduction. Hey guys, my name is Sean Fay-Wolfe. This is Wally the Lizard, and I'm presently sitting in my new apartment, which is currently buck-ass naked except for this novelty axe-throwing kit I got from Costco, because in the times we're living in, sometimes you just need to throw some shit. And on that note, isn't it great that summer is finally here and it's finally time for me to make my video looking at the top 20 biggest songs of the summer? I won't lie to you, my personal life has been an absolute shit show recently, and the world outside my personal life makes a shit show look outright quaint by comparison. So yeah, I've been waiting for months to just shove all the bad in the world to the side and lose myself in some good old-fashioned classic summer jams. And now that we're here, I'm still fucking waiting.
Cause it feels so mystical, magical, oh baby, cause once you know.
Brain rot has consumed the pop charts. And not brain rot in the dumb, stupid, skibbity toilet, at least kids like this shit kind of way. More like the living in a perpetual brain fog, but without the discipline to tear your eyes away from the phone kind of way. Something is just seriously broken in the pop music machine right now, y'all. It's inevitable that giant pop hits always end up associated in people's minds with the moment they're released into. And so I can only assume that all the biggest pop stars are holding off their drops until we get to a moment in history that's less humiliating to be associated with. Because that's really the only way I can try to explain how these are the songs of the summer we ended up with. There have been plenty of bad seasons of summer music before. I've literally been covering them on this channel for years, but this is the first summer I can ever remember where it feels like pop music's mere existence is an inconvenience to itself. To say that Spotify's list of the most popular songs in America right now feels like it was picked out by ChatGPT would be an insult to ChatGPT, and I do not say that lightly. I mean, when Mystical Magical by Benson Boone, a song which sounds like someone forced a Chappell Roan song through conversion therapy, is somehow not the worst thing in the top 20, how am I supposed to respond to that? How am I supposed to respond when neither of the bottom two spots in this ranking go to this?
And say you don't want this heart, boy, it's already broke. Told me everything she touched just goes up in smoke.
For a reason that you definitely know if you've found my channel, it's become a very commonly cited opinion that Morgan Wallen has taken over the spot that Maroon 5 has once held in pop culture. And yeah, this song is quite possibly the greatest piece of evidence we have in that comparison yet.
You ain't gotta worry about no trust issues with me, I got them too.
I mean, not only has Wallen taken all the elements of country music and watered them down to such a bland and overprocessed version of themselves that it makes Last Night sound like Merle Haggard, not only is it a song where he literally says that he only wants to date girls who are emotionally damaged so that he can just have his way with them without even pretending to worry about commitment, but do you remember in the Girls Like You music video where Adam Levine pulled in Ellen DeGeneres and decided to not have her dance in it? Well, one of the biggest pop stars right now is a professional dancer who's trying to build up an image as a Britney Spears-style pop icon, and Morgan Wallen decided to release a duet with her and not give it a music video.
Stay a couple nights, then she gon' be gone. I said, baby, you should know that's what I want.
Yeah, because raw vocal chops are definitely what you want to be selling a Tate McRae feature with.
And I ain't ready to try on a night like this.
This is one of the most genuinely appeal-less pop songs I've heard in years, and so, of course, this was the song that knocked Kendrick Lamar and SZA off the #1 spot because good things are now illegal in this country. Okay, go fuck yourself. Yep, you're reading that right. Lil Tecca. You know, that kid who made Ransom, that kind of catchy TikTok song from more than half a decade ago. Yeah, that kid has two of the biggest streaming hits in the country right now. One of them is this.
I hit from the back and now she saying, I roll up the pack and now she saying,
I don't even know what to say. There is literally a will.i.am song from 2010 that does this better.
Step up in the party like my name is Mr. T. All these hating naggers ain't got natin' on me.
Can we please just take a moment to reflect on this? A will.i.am sample flip from a decade and a half ago is a bar that one of the biggest songs of the summer in 2025 is not able to clear.
Beautiful things that I've got, please stay.
Yeah, can we please fucking not stay anymore, actually? Beautiful Things needs to die. Like, now. not later. I have already made my thoughts on this song very fucking clear, and the fact that this ancient dumpster fire, which was released before Usher's Super Bowl halftime show, is still one of the top 20 biggest songs of summer 2025 is one of the most damning indictments of cultural decay I have ever seen. You want to know how long the average song in the Billboard Top 20 has been charting right now? 33 weeks. There were people who conceived a child while the Paris Olympics were going on, and the majority of the top 20 songs in America were the same when that baby was born. You could literally wake up from an 8-month coma and have the songs on the radio be the exact same ones as when you went into it. Oh, and incidentally, if you're looking to wake someone up from a coma, then one thing I would recommend would be to put your phone to the ear and then play
bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish on me.
I never let my heart go all the way. Every time I try, I just hit the brakes.
oh hey, look at that, it's one of the only songs from that Morgan Wallen album that's actually fucking listenable. I wonder what it's about.
There's always a couple trying to take your place, but I never fall in love, baby, just in case.
Okay, so Morgan is still deeply in love with that one girl from Chasing You, and never fully lets another woman into his world just in case she decides to come back to him. I mean, he still goes out and bangs as many groupies as he can, because, you know, he's a man, and what's he supposed to do? Not fuck as many girls as he can get his grubby little mitts on? But no, it's romantic, you see, because the only reason he's running through these hoes like Drano is so that he can keep his dick warm for when the one hoe he cares about inevitably comes crawling back to him.
You wake up wanting me out of the blue. You lay down eating what I used to do. Yeah, every now and then I go get a taste, but I never fall in love, baby, just in case.
Literally just a Maroon 5 song. I would ask Morgie to yell another slur so we could be rid of him for good, but I genuinely think doing that might get him elected governor at this point, because actually fuck everything. Alright, so who's this guy?
I don't wanna get undressed for a new person all over again.
Okay, this is Shane Michael Busey, better known by his stage name of Somber. He is a man. He makes music. A lot of people seem to enjoy listening to said music, despite the fact that most of it is not very good. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that he's huge in the United Kingdom. Yeah, of course, yeah, that tracks.
You looked to me and wondered whether I was the lamppost to which you were tethered.
You know, we're probably only one alternate timeline away from this being the guy called Shabuzi. I should probably say something specific about the song itself, but why? This is basically just if Tumblr post-porn ban was a sound, and it also has lines like this in it.
And I don't wanna learn another set. I don't want the children of another man to have the eyes of the girl I won't forget.
Yeah, no, sorry guy, you have not earned my interest. Have fun with your 15 minutes though.
Bad bitches only, ain't no mediocre. No, don't want no mediocre. I won't hit no mediocre.
Okay, just hold on for 1 second, guys. I gotta go take a leak real quick. Do you think it's safe to piss on this third rail over here?
Why you always come running on me? Fuck my life.
Alright, so I am not the only person who is disappointed in Sabrina Carpenter right now, but believe it or not, I am actually not the one being the petulant overthinky bitch this time. Long story short, this is Sabrina's new album cover, and it's generated exactly the kind of responses you'd expect from exactly the kind of people you'd expect them from. I already talked in my winter top 20 ranking about how weird it is that Sabrina Carpenter is setting off everyone's yick alarms just because she's being sexy while also tiny and cute and hashtag demure, but I really don't know why I'm surprised. I mean, yeah, pop starlets have been doing this shit for years, and they've typically been called cringe before they've attracted moral outrage. But then again, it's not like kids these days being obnoxious little Puritan narcs is a new development. I just find it ironic that so many people are hard focusing on the Sabrina Carpenter tree while ignoring the giant, sprawling forest of actual misogyny ruining the world out there. But then again, obnoxious man-children are in fact running the world right now, and Sabrina's song making fun of them is not very good, so who knows, maybe she is off message after all.
Stupid. Or is it slow?
You know, know, it's almost kind of nice to have one big hit this year that actively disappointed me rather than just going in one ear and out the other. Sabrina Carpenter was the safe, reliable dynamo behind one of the best years in pop history in 2024. And on Man-Child, I feel that dynamo getting pretty wobbly. It's in the song's structure, really. Like, there are just no good hooks in this. It's like they took the song's melody and smeared it. It's just a very unbalanced song, both musically unfocused and lyrically way too focused.
Why so sexy, you so dumb, and how survive the years so long?
Like, you could tell she was really proud of some of these lines and really wants her fans to start quoting them.
Swear they choose me, I'm not choosing them. Amen.
Amen, hey men is to brain-poisoned Reels addicts what Live, Laugh, Love is to suburban moms. While the song's music video throws together an incoherent mess of visual language in a way that's kind of charming and fun, she's really not pulling off that same trick with the actual song. Man-Child feels like a talented team that just threw everything at the wall and scraped off literally everything that stuck into a big jumbled blob. Honestly, it doesn't even look like most of Sabrina's fans are really that crazy for it. Looks to me like they're just so utterly starved for big event singles and pop music right now that they're just clinging to whatever they can. I don't blame them, honestly. Shit sucks. Take what you can get. Don't worry about Sabrina. She's gonna be fine. That dynamo is gonna be upright again in no time, but wow, this was an odd miss.
Touch my body tender, 'cause I feel.
Jesus, this guy again? Who the fuck is this guy? What is the point of this?
How can we go back to being friends when we just shared a bed?
I mean, credit where it's due, this is an improvement over the other one. I mean, not by much. It still sounds like Teddy Geiger writing for a below average The 1975 album, but at least this is mildly acceptable indie backwash garbage. Unlike the other one, which is annoying, whiny indie backwash garbage. Music makes me feel things, and that's why I write about it for a living. Look, y'all, I ain't gonna front. I can't even pretend to care about this guy. If I haven't made it obvious yet, I'm using my skip card on this one. For the record, if you're new here, at the end of this countdown, I'm gonna give the mic up to my patrons to share what they thought about these songs, and as I suspected, they are significantly more excited for this guy than I am, so please stick around for that if you want to hear some more enthusiastic commentary on Somber and his two hits. Oh, this is above Man-Child, and people are gonna kill me for it.
Oh my, you're taking me out of the ordinary. I want you laying me down so we're dead and buried.
Now, I really wish I didn't have to be the guy defending this. I've seen nothing but hate on Ordinary by Alex Warren since it hit #1 on the Hot 100. But you know what? I'm holding my ground here. I don't see this song as the same zero-value content slop that so many others seem to. I think this melody is fun to sing along with. I think that the writing is very simple, but not nearly as rote as people say it is. On top of that, I genuinely think that "You're Out of the Ordinary" is a good line to build a cute little love song off of. His delivery is not amazing, but I feel the genuine emotional truth in it. And most importantly, I think this song succeeds in delivering a big final crescendo in a way that Beautiful Things tried and failed to.
Jealous knowing we found something so out of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground, sanctuary.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I do think there is something here. Granted, I don't think it's a lot of something. I would still call this mediocre overall, but I'll be damned, it's on the high end of mediocrity. I was actually pretty close to bumping this up to the next tier. It's actually grown on me a bit since the spring video. And considering that I was positive it was gonna do nothing but shrink on me with time, I'm very interested to see the trajectory my opinion on this song takes moving forward.
Baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle?
Funny enough, this song, which is the best Morgan Wallen song currently charting, is in fact a song from Post Malone's album, which released in May of last year. Because making a piece of art in a year that is not 2025 is how one becomes successful in 2025. That means this song bypasses the rule I have for these videos where I only talk about a maximum of 2 songs per album. If not for that rule, I would be talking about a total of 6 Morgan Wallen songs in this video. Because being a bad person who is also bad at your job is how one becomes successful in 2025. I'm sorry if I'm being a bit of a buzzkill during this video, but I very distinctly remember remember during the COVID lockdown, pop music was absolutely fascinating and gave me an enormous amount to dig into and engage with to take my mind off the awful moment in history I was living through. And quite frankly, I would appreciate it very much if during one of the most stressful, harrowing, and disgraceful times to be alive in modern history, the popular art meant to provide a reprieve from the madness could at least pretend to do its job. But enough bitching about things that actually matter, let's bitch about Drake now!
Stop teasing me, I could change your life so easily. I keep begging you to stay, but you're leaving me.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm just being nice to this guy by putting this one so high, because I listened to that whole Drake and Party Next Door album between the last video and now, and yeah, this song was a fluke. Drake has completely lost the sauce, y'all. It's fitting that producer Elkan immediately started getting work with other big hit makers, because he literally revived this man's career almost single-handedly. Truly a tale as old as time, Drake literally only found success through an up-and-coming black artist who carried him hard through the song, because the entire rest of the album, produced primarily by a bunch of randos from the OVO stables, is an incorrigible slog of half-formed ideas and nauseating auto-tuned slop. Seriously, the reggaeton song where Drake rhymes gracias with taxes is one of the highlights, because at least that's something I'm never gonna forget. I'm not saying another Drake hit is impossible, but Elkan is quickly outgrowing him. Drake's two main 2010s producers, 40 and Boy Wonder, are growing further and further from him by the day, and I don't think it'll be long before the few remaining people willing to work with Drake realize that he's just an anchor around the neck of any project that he works on, both personally and artistically. Well, that was the most depressing decent tier I've ever done. Time for a half-hearted stab at positivity, I guess.
I know it's hard to say you, but I wish you were right here. Oh, it's hard to leave you when I get you everywhere.
You know, the further I get into this video, the more I think that my disgust with the pop music scene right now might just be a me problem. I mean, no, it's not at all. Pop music does actually just suck right now. I can see that with my critical faculties, even if I emotionally detach. But what I mean is that I think I just have a hard time enjoying pop music in my current mental state, even if things were better. I mean, I am having a real hard time caring about Love Me Not by Raven Lenae right now, and that's in spite of the fact that it's a pretty damn good pop song.
He holds me tight, then lets me go. He loves me not, he loves me. He holds me tight, then lets me go.
Yeah, this is basically just pop music licorice. Not the flashiest candy, not something you spring for that often. But yeah, sometimes a Twizzler just hits, man. And even if I'm not in the mood for a Twizzler right now, I can't deny the Twizzler's damn catchy melody, the Twizzler's fun grungy R&B throwback vibes, the playful push and pull of the Twizzler's lyrics, how cute the Twizzler's voice is, how drop-dead gorgeous the Twizzler is, how good the Twizzler looks in booty shorts. Hey, didn't I say the Ransom Kid had 2 songs on this list? Let's look at the other one now, okay? Fuck, dude, this is what I needed right now.
No, my bitch so bad, you spend your cash on a bitch you never had, yeah.
I know I joked at Tech is expense before, but you know what? Fact is that Ransom was a sticky little song, and damn it, he's done it again, and about damn time too. I've really been feeling the lack of hip-hop on the pop charts recently. It's a big part of why pop music feels so low-calorie and weak right now, and this is just the hip-hop lollipop that the diabetic pop scene of 2025 needed to level out its blood sugar a bit.
I get dark thoughts too, but I keep them. Shorty got a friend group of hoes, so I treat them. All the shit I keep it on the low, but I peep them.
There is not a lick of introspection needed to enjoy this. There's no deeper level, nothing to look into, nothing about this song's appeal that is not immediately apparent from surface level. And you know what? That's nice right now. 2025 needed a Blueberry Faygo of its own. Like, this is gonna mean absolutely nothing to anyone outside of this awful, awful year, but it's punching well above its weight for those of us who are here right now. Dark Thoughts by Lil Tecca definitely isn't the highest quality song in this top 20, but quite frankly, it just might be the one that I appreciate the most right now. And as for the songs that are better than this one,
If it was up to me,
man, what a great song this is.
take a
Aw yeah, instant classic. Wow, I love birds. I drink to that. Wow, what a song, Mark.
Yes, I do.
And that's every song in the top 20. What? Do you want me to say something else? You want me to add more? You want me to provide further commentary on this song that I've already talked about twice? Or this song from August of last year? Or this one from July last year? May? April? April of goddamn 2020? No, I'm sorry, I'm tapping out. I have nothing more to say about these songs that I've been saddled with since the Biden administration 17 years ago. There are plenty of good songs that are popular right now, but that is literally just because 2024 had like 5 years worth of iconic bangers jammed into it, and literally nothing else has happened to replace them yet. Do you want to know some of the songs currently just outside the Spotify Top 20 that just barely missed their way into this ranking? Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, Creep by Radiohead, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, 505 by Arctic Monkeys, Sparks by Coldplay, and fucking Rock That Body by the Black Eyed Peas. Because like I said, apparently will.i.am just isn't a bar that we can clear anymore, so why should we even bother fronting? Pop music is not dead. I pondered that idea once, but 2024 taught me my lesson. Pop music is never going to die. No matter how fractured the monoculture gets, it's always a matter of time before the next great year of pop music hits us. But wow, things are fucking bleak out there right now. I honestly want to apologize to 2018 and 2023 and all the other times I said pop music was moving slowly, because at least things were happening, even if they didn't really seem to matter. Right now, though, we are in a holding pattern like nothing I've ever seen before in my time following pop music. And unless the psychic block that the music industry is suffering from clears up soon, something is going to break. People are already being priced out of bread. Shit's gonna get wild if we lose the circuses, too.
I'd wanna be next to you.
And now here's the part of the video where I turn the mic over to you guys, and we do a whole second ranking where we hear what my viewers had to say about the top 20 songs of the season. But before we do that, I just want to take a moment to be real with you guys and apologize for being so negative and doom and gloom throughout this whole video. I'm aware that it's hypocritical of me to get mad at pop music for failing to provide me with an escape from the insanity of the world, and then not hold myself to the same standard as an entertainer by projecting all of my stress into this video. Many of you probably know that's something I've struggled with in the past, and I've tried really hard to reel it in recent years. But quite frankly, considering that I've been broiling in stress recently from not only the unexpected move, but also Wally getting unexpectedly very sick and me being obviously really distraught by that, on top of having to pay a bunch of very expensive medical vet bills for her, which incidentally I had to deal with while I had family in town for my childhood best friend's wedding, which means I had to run back and forth between vet stuff and wedding stuff constantly for a full week and a half. Yeah, I'm finding it very difficult to write on any level other than stressed right now. I didn't want to force myself to be cheerful when that's simply not where I'm at. So instead I decided to use this video to create a snapshot of this extremely fraught moment in history through the lens of the pop music that is failing to distract us from it. It was very cathartic for me to write, and quite frankly, catharsis is what I needed more than anything right now. So I'm sorry if this video wasn't the reprieve from the world that you were all hoping it would be. At the very least, I hope that some of you did find it to be a cathartic watch. With all of that said, I do have to be honest about something. I do have optimism for the future, both for myself personally and for the world on the whole. Regarding the world on the whole, I know it's a fraction of what we need, but it truly has been inspiring to see just how many people have been standing up to the torrent of bullshit. About a month ago, the president of Hungary announced that it was illegal to have pride events in the country, and in response, hundreds of thousands took to the streets to have the biggest pride march in the country's history. While we have an extremely long and difficult road ahead of us, I do have faith that we are going to fight, we are going to persevere, and we will find a way to get through, even if there are inevitably going to be losses and things are going to look very differently on the other side. And speaking on a personal level, just in terms of my own life, these past few years have been an extremely rocky road for me. But I do genuinely believe that, knock on wood, that rocky period is going to be over very soon. I am very excited about this new apartment. I have a lot of plans to improve both my life and my health, and in just a couple months, I will be 100% done with grad school and able to fully devote my time to working on these videos. There are always going to be bumps in the road here and there, of course, but what I see in my immediate future is a level of stability in my personal life that I have not had since the beginning of 2018. And quite frankly, I cannot wait to see what I'm capable of doing with that stability. And on the subject of stability, I'd just like to quickly remind you guys that because I talk about copyrighted music on this channel, I make literally no money from ads on these videos. In the 8 years I've been running this channel, YouTube has never paid me a dime, and so I am 100% reliant on my supporters on Patreon to get the funding to keep making these videos. Please consider signing up for my Patreon if you're enjoying what I'm doing here, and as one of the perks of being a patron, you'll get to take part in fan rankings like the one we're about to do right now. So without further ado, let's take a look at what some of my viewers had to say about the pop music of summer 2025, and as you watch, please keep in mind that if you'd like to take part in the next fan ranking, you can do so for a pledge of just $2 per video on Patreon.
Boy, mad, boy, mad, boy.
genuinely unlistenable. I love when pop music is so unbelievably bad that it's funny. I miss that shit. I don't even hate this. I'm just in awe of how bad this is. This might be one of the worst things my ears have ever been exposed to, and I've lived through the height of 6ix9ine. Big swagger jagger energy. Jesse Murph is easily Jelly Roll's worst contribution to the music industry, and that title is in fierce competition. Jesse Murph is one of the worst vocalists out right now. Jesse, listen to me right now. You are no CJ. You know, the whoopty guy. This is so fucking bad, but I can't look away and I'm kind of starting to dig it. This reminds me of that time I watched Riverdale for 6.5 seasons before giving up. So our workplace has a Jesse Murph stan who's slowly been trying to make me hate her less. In our conversations, I've learned that even she hates this song. You gotta be a special kind of bad when even those loyal few don't even like this. Jesse, we need to stop cooking. Music for suburban whiteys who think they're country because they think qualifying to be country equates to not being around people of color.
You don't want this heart, boy, it's already broke.
White people final boss. I'm not as done with Morgan as some people are, but even I wasn't asking for this to happen. Two of the least pleasant sounding singers in the charts right now on the same track, mixed together about as well as oil and water. I actually liked One Thing at a Time, but I'm the Problem is the worst album I've ever heard. This song is one of the better songs on that album, and it only gets a 2. Make of that what you will. Tate Alberta a little too hard with this one. Easily the worst thing she's been a part of, and a huge stain on her great music career. My internet cut out in the middle of listening to this song, and you know what? You have a point, internet. I realized what I said about Tate in my sports car review in the spring video was excessively mean, especially since I do actually like that song, but oh my god, she is not beating the middling pop girl allegations with this one. The country version of a Maroon 5 sex song, complete with the feature from a female singer much more talented than the lead. It's getting a 2 mainly because unlike other Wallen songs, the feelings are mutual with both parties. Trying to think of a worse sound to hit #1 on the Billboard charts than Tate McRae's deflating balloon vocals on top of a country trap beat. Nothing comes to mind. Maybe the clown horns on London Bridge. The most homophobic boy in class and the girl who always wears Cookie Monster pajamas got randomly paired up for a group project, and obviously there's no chemistry to speak of.
My love is so mystical, magical.
This song makes me rationally angry. This causes me physical pain. Shit from a butt. Music for a 1-star sushi restaurant. At least it sounds less like Benson's getting his nuts waxed this time around. Mormon core. Newly unsheltered Mormon, Benson Boone's whole personality is thinking that backflips are cool. Benson Boone should release a song that's just 3 minutes of backflip sounds. Hearing this pop up randomly in the new Karate Kid film was a surprisingly effective jump scare, not gonna lie. This works for some reason, even if it does sound like off-brand Harry Styles. The way people talk about Benson Boone like he's the Antichrist baffles me. I don't even like his music that much, but I don't understand the visceral reaction he gives others and the discourse he causes. This is bordering on hilariously bad, but I much prefer this over any of his music from last year. At least this sounds kind of fun. The Moonbeam Ice Cream Crumble Cookie is better than this entire album. This is totally going to become a karaoke staple for people who lose at fantasy football, and I, for one, am excited to watch. Oh my god, why is this still here? When he shouts, "Please stay," he's actually referring to the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100. Guys, come on. It could be a whole lot worse than this. Starts off nice, then he starts torturing a cat. I can only imagine how many pieces of glass have been broken by this song in the year and a half it's existed. I think the fact this, along with Lose Control hanging around like a fungus, should have been the second sign 2025 was not going to be a good year for anything. If I have to hear people hyping up his vocals for the Genius interview one more time, I will snap my phone in half.
But I never fall in love, baby, just in case.
This was an assault on my eardrums bordering on torture. This and Kiss Her in Front of You are the two worst songs on I'm the Problem. They both show Wallen to be a toxic ex who uses women to make his ex jealous or want him back, rather than actually appreciating them for who they are and showing real love. Screw off. This beat makes me think of something I'd hear on the Lo-Fi Girl radio. Country's answer to a question no one asked, that question being, whatever happened to the script? This song would be infinitely more interesting if it was made by anyone else but Morgan Wallen. I haven't liked a Morgan Wallen song in years, so this is nice. I know Morgan Wallen is the most punchable person in the music industry for some, but this song hits me in the feels. That idea of not wanting to fall back in love, just hoping this girl comes back, it hits home for me. Probably one of his best songs. This is actually really pleasant and well written, as long as you can wash out any immediate association with Thinking About Me in terms of subject matter. My work forces me to listen to country radio, and if I'm being honest, this song is a massive relief. Now they're overplaying this the most, instead of Morgan's What Do I Have in Common with 40% of Cops -1 exceptional song that has been terrorizing me earlier. It still sucks, but nowhere near as much.
I roll up the back and now she saying,
Oh, fuck off. Is nothing sacred. Clicking play on this song gave me instant psychic damage. I never thought I'd have to say this, but how dare you sample a song that will.i.am has already rightfully claimed? If I'm having sex and she says owa owa, I think I fucked up somewhere. You really sampled the only bad part of Video Killed the Radio Star? That takes guts, man. The intrusive thoughts aren't always right. Welcome back, Peaches and Eggplant. TikTok killed the sampler song.
Something so wild will be ordinary. You got me kissing the ground.
Plantation Wedding Core. We need to shut down straight boys in pop music until we can figure out what the hell is going on. He can't put any weight behind his voice without sounding like a fucking dead squirrel, and yet this was still eaten up by people who can listen to anything as long as it can safely be played in gated communities. Alright, it's getting old already. I'd rather listen to stargazing than this. 2025 in pop music really is a combination of nothing burgers and last year's reheated nachos. Let's just go and give Imagine Dragons a #1 hit while we're at it. Why the fuck not? I feel like they offer something more interesting to music than this. We don't need wedding Imagine Dragons in this world. Most overhated song of the year by quite a lot. Not nearly as good as Bloodline, but still a nice little love song. At least this isn't that stupid Forrest Frank song. I think I just came into this on my original listen wanting to hate it, and so I did. But when I gave it a fair chance, it was kinda good actually. This is about the couple from Fancy Like. This is how romantic it is in their heads to go to Wendy's and dip fries in each other's Frosty. I'm happy for them.
I see your waist shrunk, my love. Hey, you got some bass in the trunk, my love. Damn.
This bitch again. Drake, you're pushing 40. Quit it. The beat to this is fantastic, and the fact that Drake doesn't waste it is insane. Thanks a lot, Drake. Now my Drake-loving friends will be all, I told you so, because I once again found another song by you I didn't hate. I had no idea who Elkan was before this, but I could see him becoming one of the great producers in hip-hop this decade if he's able to crank out beats and hooks as infectious as this one. The song's overall vibe is so damn good, I almost forget I'm willingly subjecting myself to Drake whenever I put it on. I don't care that it's kind of a bop. I don't know how to not give this man a 0. This might be the best pop beat of the decade, but I've heard enough great mashups using this song to know that Drake is absolutely slumming it on the second half. I've still never heard this song out in the wild. I've been Pavloved into liking this song because whenever it's come on at a bar or a house party, there has been a 100% chance of something awesome and or hilarious happening. I have no real way of proving this, but my gut feeling about this song is that he released this to manipulate SEO into directing people to this song whenever people search for Drake Baby Girl. I guess Drake forgot how to make a song many years ago because every single I've heard from him this decade has been multiple songs poorly stitched into one thing.
I had some help. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself.
Have Morgie and Posty kissed yet? Two bros chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart cause they're not gay. A match made in AA. Isn't this a sitcom theme for a Reba McEntire show? From what I have heard from both of these men's discographies, I don't believe them when they say it's not entirely their fault. I can never seem to make friends with the sort of people who like this sort of music. Preferring Morgan Wallen, Tate McRae, Benson Boone, etc. at a time when Doechii, Sabrina, Kendrick, and Chappell are at their best. Are you okay? Do I need to call someone? This song debuted at #1 when I just finished my freshman year of college, and now I'm about to be a junior. Good God, 2025 has an identity crisis of 2024. It's been over a year and neither of these two have moved from the note D yet. This song is deeply, fundamentally evil. 5 out of 5.
If I'm not there, it won't get done. I choose to blame your mom.
Sabrina Carpenter is such a distinct, playful identity in her writing and performance that I love, which is why it's so confusing why I don't like her actual music more. I was so ready for this year's Song of the Summer to make a huge wave for the season. So ready that I'm still fucking waiting. Sabrina was onto something with her Scooby Shaggy, I lost my glasses as album art to distract us all from how mid this is. This song is nothing special compared to Sabrina's output from last year. God, I am way too queer and way too no longer in high school for Sabrina's shtick to be even remotely cute to me. Good Luck Babe on Temu is still moderately okay. This song is lucky that the production and melody are catchy, otherwise this song would be the worst fucking thing of all time. I wouldn't be surprised if Sabrina thought of the why so sexy if so dumb line first and then had to work the rest of the song around it. This reminds me of Good Luck Babe. It's clearly not as good as that song, and the discourse around the album cover has made me really annoyed, but this is still decent. Sabrina's got a nice voice and I love the production on the chorus. There's something about the humor in this exact blend of pop and country that really appeals to me. I'm really hoping this song doesn't age as bad as Please 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 did. Please. Sabrina Carpenter made a song that accurately describes everyone who bitches about Has-Been Hotel on Twitter. Nice. Man-child does not mean himbo, Sabrina. This is like if Jack Harlow made a song about his bros back home called I Miss My Boyfriends.
I took the train to see my mother.
first glimpse of us. There's just this air of unpleasantness I can't shake. The boy is down bad. I was ready to write this guy off completely, but dang, this actually did kinda hit. Like Sweater Weather if it was made for summer rather than winter. Really dig it. I've been waiting for this sound to return to the mainstream. I'm glad the charts have some diversity in them. This year needs more catchy songs like this. Better produced than Back to Friends, but less interesting musically. I started using the phrase perfectly adequate a few years ago in reference to things that are exceptional at being just okay. Somber feels like the epitome of perfectly adequate. The production is even more messy than Back to Friends, which means it just doesn't really work as well, and the youth behind it is a little unsettling, honestly. Somber's default mode seems to be just 1975 light, but with at least one absolutely devastating lyric somewhere within the song. Not the worst gimmick to have, but it does make his default mode kind of bland. Much like the other Somber hits, catchy and well produced, but I'm gonna need more time with this one. Somber is filling an interesting niche of indie rock that has plenty of untapped potential. The question is if the mainstream is willing to give it a shot and promote it.
I get dark thoughts too, but I keep them. Shorty got a friend group of hoes, so I treat them.
I apologize to Lil Tecca for thinking of him as merely a generic auto-tune trap guy. I was clearly not familiar with his game. Good production. I wish it were on a better song. This is just a poor man's 500 pounds. Never have I heard a chorus that I mistook for a verse before reading the lyrics. Tecca is still completely forgettable, but hey, cute Neptunes cosplay. Early 2000s Neptunes pastiches of the throwback trend I didn't know I needed. Okay, this is pretty good. Probably my favorite Lil Tecca song, but could he just not get Pharrell for this? This is a very good knockoff Pharrell beat, but why? Legitimately a great summer tune. Fits the vibe real nice. I'm glad that Lil Tecca is showing potential as an artist. I was never big on Ransom, so pleasantly surprised to have liked this to the point where I'm kinda disappointed at how short it is. It feels like every couple of years Lil Tecca is like, hey guys, remember me? And the public is like, yeah, we do, and give him a hit or two. I like arcs like that in pop music. Never thought I'd say this, but if Tecca continues in the direction he's going with this album, he's got a good shot at becoming a genuine A-list rapper. Imagine only being able to peak during the Trump years. Yay, a rock-adjacent hit that doesn't feel like a backdoor endorsement for the GOP. Where the hell did this person come from and why do they only make bangers? The piano on this rattles the soul. I love About You by the 1975 Without Baggage. Lightning in a bottle hook. Every other song of his I've heard is kind of trying to replicate this hook to diminishing results. He sells the confusion and frustration really well. Somber really carrying the emo sound of the future. Love the soft rock vibes I'm getting from this. Absolutely phenomenal instrumental. Unfortunately, the distorted vocals take away from the vibe a little bit. Way too blown out and loud for its own good. The lyrics are so blunt that I end up getting taken out of it to the point it makes me laugh. Give this kid time and he'll do fine. Turns out what pop music was missing in 2025 to liven up the charts was a 19-year-old kid making the best 1975 song the 1975 never made. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with it, but it sounds like a song I've already heard a million times before despite this being my first listen. I'm not sure if I'm fully in love with this like everyone else, but that chorus is legit good and it sounds solid, so we'll see if this grows on me. Remember being 19? That shit sucks. I think we should just ban being 19 years of age. You just jump from 18 to 20. Skip all those long months of useless heartbreak. This song is sharp, like his jawline, and smooth, like his jawline. I'm writing this at 2 a.m. and I don't have the brain capacity to think of more ways to compare this song to his jawline. Please do so for me. How can we go back to being friends when we just put our Minecraft beds next to each other?
He loves me, he holds me tight, then lets me go.
Every year I'm reminded to listen to the cool up-and-coming artist that is bound to blow up in the future. I never listen, and I always pay the price. This is like if one of those 2010s indie pop hits I unapologetically love was sung by the prettiest woman alive. Succeeds in every way Back to Friends failed. Never felt more hopeful listening to a song about a distressing on and off relationship. Bonus points to Raven Lenae for spelling her name with a Y. That's just objectively cool. A win for Raven Lenae is a win for Smino, and a win for Smino is a win for good music overall, so I'm happy this is blowing up. Now she can take Smino with her or something. Kinda low-key, but surprisingly memorable. Everything about this song oozes cool and feels timeless. I like the Love Me Not part a lot, but nothing else stands out. Found it a bit long. Also wasn't a huge fan of the general vocal performance, but that's just personal taste. Perfectly serviceable. This just sounds like a worse version of Sweater Weather. I might be crazy, but when I hear this song, all it makes me want to do is listen to Sweater Weather. Oh boy, I sure do love living in 2008. I love not being able to escape that damn Mercy Duffy song every time mom drives me to school. Thank Christ commercial core faux soul with try-hard vocals is only going to be big this 1 year and not 17 years down the line or anything. Commercial core, but in a pleasant way.
Tell them bring another out, we
need 30 more.
I mean, I love this song, but what is it still doing here? Oh my god, please go away already. Bars close and Boozy, get out. There's only so much I can appreciate an escapist song until I have to come to the realization that I'm not a drinker. Good News would have been a 6 out of 5 if it was here. Man, does 2025 not have a more appropriate theme to it than I could think of. Still love this as well, but there's so many 2024 holdovers that need to go away. I wouldn't mind this becoming the biggest song of all time, honestly. That sample is the most of "this shouldn't work, but it does" in recent memory. I'm not sure who else feels this way, but this is legitimately the best straight-up pop country song I've ever heard. Just a straight-up perfectly constructed masterpiece sing-along that's genuinely warm to experience, and it's not even his best single. I am so happy for this man.
Don't leave me, it can't be that easy.
Genuinely the first throwback we've had in a while that actually sounds older than it is. It's got one of those really classic sounding tunes that isn't just modern melodic sensibility set to oldie style music like so many others. It's really refreshing to hear. No One Noticed is a very fitting title for one of the biggest sleeper hits of the year, just as beautiful as The Day I Met You. Dream pop can be way better than this, but anything in the genre getting this popular is worth a 5 on principle. Vibe music. Okay, it's nice, but I don't really get it. Most overrated hit of the year. I need to check out this band. Ever since this song went viral, I checked out a lot of the Maria's back catalog and really got into them. Highlights are Love You Anyway, Hush, and Run Your Mouth. This song and the Maria's discography on a whole make me feel like I'm sitting at the bottom of the ocean, but in, like, a comfortable way. Kinda in one year, out the other, but in a good way. I feel like I'm drowning in Windows 95 while also being ghosted by some guy. With the stagnant state of the charts in 2025, some jokes just write themselves.
I'ma love you every night like it's the last night.
My 51-year-old mom derogatorily called this mom music, and I think that says enough. Really thought this had that Silk Sonic magic that feels timeless, but I don't know, man. Over time, it just felt so bland. Yeah, it's kind of bland, but we need some blandness to cancel out the insanity of the world right now. I'm not surprised it stuck around so long. It's kind of corny, but damn is it good. The song is still great, but God, please let any of the other songs from Mayhem chart. I'm begging you, they're all great. If the Riz was edging, I'd want a skibbity goo.
Baby, you was lost, right? Close, and I'm with you.
I don't care that Kendrick literally paid Samuel L. Jackson to make fun of me about it. This is the best song on GNX except for maybe Reincarnated, and I'm glad it's sticking around. Mark my words, I will learn how to roller skate backwards to this song. Nice to see Luther Vandross getting upgraded from being one of the many artists mentioned in Slow Jams to getting his own song. Good job, dude. I dig love songs by two people who don't like Drake. It's a testament to both artists that they can make not my genre music that ranks this high. Overplay took this down a peg, but an excellent effort by both artists. Well, this was a massive shrinker. Everything that can be said about this song as a hit has already been said. Can we please get some new ones now? I haven't looked at or paid attention to the Billboard Hot 100 since like April of last year. How in the fuck is this song still here? Still over a year, and I'm still in awe of how great this song is. This is the least a Billie Eilish single has ever given me to talk about, and yet she and Phineas are so talented that it's still pop perfection. This is better than Luther, don't at me. Transcendent masterpiece that'll be around long after we are not. If Bad Guy is her baby one more time, then this is her Toxic. A better song in every way that will go down as an all-time fan favorite. Mark my words. Time to migrate, ma'am. Burp. Now, if we're gonna latch onto songs from years ago, I'm glad this is one of them. I love when older songs become hits. Like, this came out on the same day as Tootsie Slide. If I had to pick one word to boil the song to, it would be catharsis. One of the greatest songs of the decade. Will go down as an all-timer. I don't know, I'm kinda tired of this song. Okay, maybe it's been around for too long, but I still love it. Maybe sometimes chart holdovers are a good thing? I feel like this song has now reached the status of It's Pink Pony Club by Chapel Roan, what more do you want? Honestly and genuinely, one of the very few songs I would give a 7 out of 5 to. It is that transcendent of a song. Not going to go into detail, but this has been by far the closest I've connected to a pop song in a long time, despite not even being part of the target demographic. Possibly my favorite hit of the decade and a top 15-ish favorite song of all time for me. A sprinkle of fun us queers needed. I'm glad this didn't peak last year, because this works so much better as a middle finger to the current government than for literally any other purpose. I'm happy to see this one is still thriving in this god-awful year. Stay strong, everyone. I haven't quite remembered what it was like to have hope in at least a couple of years, but this song almost makes me remember again. I'd go higher than 5 if I could. And with that, we're all done. Please like, subscribe, and leave some comments. And again, please consider supporting me on Patreon so I can afford to keep making these completely unmonetizable videos. Or if you want your Patron review to appear in the next episode of this series, every person who submits is guaranteed to get at least one of their reviews read out loud. I'm Sean Fay-Wolfe of Diamond X Studios. Please enjoy some song recommendations from my top patrons while we play the outro. And until next time, take care of yourselves.
Speculation, everybody allegation in the suit on the news. Everybody dog food, blackmail, throw your brother in jail. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
I stared at the sun for one whole week. You never let me know you were next to me.
いつか君も誰かのために強い力を愛が胸を閉じ
So pony, make it burn. Smile as the knife is turned. So pony, making a return as we make.
Honestly, there is nobody here to blame for all the things I want and all that I don't. But honestly, I don't care that you in the way. And honestly, I don't care that you
I searched the corner bar, I lost my faith. So I went wishing on a lone star. I lost my. Our people watch on the way back home. Everybody on the treadmill running. Under the billboards, out of the heat. Somebody's dying. Look at me wrong, I might have to get you gone. How you get backstage? Bitch, who do you know? She wanna leave Louisiana. She moved to the coast. East Bay, baby boy. This
Didn't know that you were lonely. If you'd just told me, I'd be wrong.
Thought I'd find you much quicker than this. You must have thought I didn't exist.